Welcome back, my name is Too Many Riffs, and recently, there's just been so much news. The last news video was barely out, and well, a certain expansion was announced, that I'll talk about in just a little bit, I promise. In this episode, we'll be talking some Star Wars The Old Republic, some Guild Wars 2, a little Crowfall and New World, as well as some Swords of Legends Online, and lastly some changes to Eleon. So grab a drink, and don't forget to drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this show on the road.
Okay, let's do this. All right.
BioWare has just announced a new expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic called Legacy of the Sith. The expansion will be coming out this winter and will be the first major update to the game since Onslaught's release in 2019. Legacy of the Sith's release will also mark the start of the sci-fi MMORPG's 10th anniversary celebrations, which will run throughout 2022 with various anniversary events and additional content. According to the official press release, Legacy of the Sith will continue the current storyline and will introduce a new planet, a new dungeon, a new raid, and raise the level cap to 80. The expansion will also introduce the new combat style system, a revamped character creation system, as well as other quality of life updates. Now for some not-so-great news. ArenaNet announced today that they are delaying the next expansion for Guild Wars 2, End of Dragons, out of 2021 and into 2022. Citing real-world challenges, which I'm guessing has to do with the pandemic, the studio has pushed the release of Guild Wars 2's next expansion, like I said, from late 2021 into 2022, while thanking players for their patience. While the developers will be delaying the release of Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons into 2022, the team is still planning on hosting their upcoming livestream showcasing the next chapter in the MMORPG on July 27th. It's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Now for some better news. This week, Artcraft is releasing their Throne War MMO Crowfall into the wilds, a few short days from now on July 6th. It's the first of 2 MMO launches set for this week, and if you're into open world PvP, housing, and games where you can play as a hamster, Crowfall should give you plenty of fun. It's a buy-to-play MMO at $40 and offers an additional subscription that gives you some extra boosts and goodies if you choose to subscribe. Amazon Game Studios has kicked off another New World video series on YouTube titled New World Settling Down. The new series shines a spotlight on player housing and what types of homes players can expect to see in the game. It's done with a silly reality TV vibe, and the next video in the series will be out later this week. So don't forget to check that out if you're excitedly waiting for New World to come out on August 31st. Recently, over at MMORPG.com, the project manager of Cacao Games Europe carved out some time to be interviewed about some more changes coming to Beta Weekend 2 for upcoming MMORPG Elyon. Some of the more notable things they talked about is that battlefields will now be available 24/7, they're overhauling the UI to be able to be scaled and moved around, they're making some changes to the trading post, and they're working on speeding up the loading time of the game. Right now they're talking about 35% faster load times. They've also stated pre-orders for Eleon will open later in July, and they've reiterated again that they are still on track for a fall 2021 launch, and that post-release they're looking at accelerated content release cycles to bring our version of Eleon up to date with the Korean version as soon as possible. Speaking of post-launch information, a few days ago, Gameforge held a live stream where they went over their planned release cadence for Swords of Legends Online. The future for players post-launch, which, if you don't already know, is July 9th, is filled with new raids, 5 by the end of the year to be exact. They are also looking to add new dungeons and have plenty of season events for players who aren't into raid-style content, as well as they're talking about a massive 100 vs 100 style PvP mode possibly out in the winter. Before you ask, no, there's no talk of any of the missing 3 classes before next year, though. It took almost a year and a half for the Chinese version of the game to even get a single new class, so although they, like Elyon, are talking about an accelerated content release cycle, most hopes of getting a new class will probably fall to next spring or so. While it is unfortunate, it is also something to look forward to, and I will definitely be looking forward to those classes when they come out in the next couple years. On top of that, they also showed off their Battle Pass, which should be coming late in July, maybe early in August with the first update. And it looks to be very, very fair with no pay to win. Everything in the premium tier is totally cosmetic, which is awesome, and I'm very excited to see that. So, that's all the major MMO news for now. We'll be making another one of these videos later in the week as more news and info drops for different games, so be sure to be subscribed if you don't want to miss out on that. This week should be a very big news week. As I've stated, both Crowfall and Swords of Legends Online are coming out within a few days of each other on Tuesday and Friday, respectively. Don't forget to comment down below if you're excited for either of these games, and what class you'll be playing at launch. For Swords of Legends Online, I'll be playing as Spellsword, and I'm currently undecided for Crowfall. That's all for this video. Again, my name's Too Many Rifts. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have yourself an outstanding day.